Look at here, look at here, look at here, my beautiful people. Today I'm super excited because we're going to be unboxing the Juliet Pro 2. Now, if you watched my video on the Juliet Pro, the 2025 Juliet Pro, you know that for me, that is up with the best e-bikes that I have tested and owned. It's in my top 3, right? Now, this one is supposed to be a little bit better than that one. That's yet to be determined. We're gonna find that out. But for right now, we're going to unbox the Juliet Pro 2. And we're gonna start again with the small box. Let me get the clippers. Now, as we know from the first one, this is supposed to be the front tire. Now, the difference between this one and the Juliet Pro is going to be the fact that this one, the front, it has a front motor. So, it's supposed to have a little bit more top speed. The question is, does it have the same amount of range? It's supposed to have it, according to the specs, it's supposed to have more range than. Now, as I was saying, it's supposed to have more range, but I'm a little skeptical because when you're pulling two high-powered motors, you're obviously going to be pulling more energy. So we'll find out when we take this out for our real world testing that we do, and we do it while dashing. All right. Without a doubt, this front, it adds some extra weight, because look at this motor, my beautiful people. Look at the brake. Now, if you saw on the front of this, it has a hole, and it's this right here that broke through. Someone inspected, looks good. But look at this beautiful tire. As I mentioned in other videos, I am not a fan of stock tires on most e-bikes. 2 companies so far that have proven me wrong is the Goat power bikes, especially the one on the tires on the Mini Goat. Those tires are phenomenal. And then the Ehora. These are the black cats. Now, I found out from the last one, this black cat is just a generic name. They're very, it looks like it's the same company of the Allscapes that make these tires. And I'm a big fan of Allscape tires. So I'm a big fan of this tire. Very nice. Now, I talked about this on the Juliet Pro video as well. What I love about this bike as well is this ring here. This is this reflective ring. It is at night when you are driving down the road, it is very visible. The front and back tire, tires both have this reflective ring. I think it's an added plus to the tires. I wish more companies would do this because, as I mentioned, and if you follow the channel, you know this, and if you don't follow this channel, go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video when it comes out. But I mentioned this multiple times, and I'm going to continue to mention it so that everyone's aware. Most accidents, vehicle versus bike, happen from the side because it's harder to see you from the side. A lot of people do a very good job of illuminating the front and the back of the bike, but not the side. So adding this reflective ring is a very nice touch. All right, so let's put this aside for right now. It's definitely a heavy motor. Now I'm gonna be listing all the specs for this bike in the description. And then I'm also going to be, when we do the testing, I'll go over all the specs. In this video, we're gonna go through a lot of it. But let's see what we have here. This is the standard stuff. The toolkit. Yeah, nice toolkit. Now, if you saw the video in which I demonstrated how I set up my bikes, a toolkit is part of my setup. I'm surprised, I was shocked to find out that there's a lot of you guys out there that ride without a toolkit and without a tire repair kit. I don't know how they do that. You're really gambling, especially if you ride far like I do. You're really gambling with the fact that your bike, if it breaks down, these bikes are not like regular bikes. They're not easy to transport. So highly recommend that you have a small toolkit and a tire repair kit. And if you want to see how we set up our bikes, check out that video. The headlights here, the pedals that we will not be installing, you know which pedals I like. We're going to be installing those pedals. And this big 21 millimeter wrench. For right now, we're going to put this aside. Let's put this box aside because we're going to use this box to throw our garbage in. I talked about this before too. If you are, don't throw this stuff away, or at least keep some of it. It does become useful if you start to do what I do and get involved with e-bikes and repairing your e-bikes and modifying your e-bikes. This stuff comes in handy. You're going to need it. For example, when you get when you're installing a battery, sometimes the case where the batteries go, depending on where the type of bike, you may need to add some fillers in there so that it doesn't rattle. Just like the controllers in the box, sometimes there's too much space. You can add fillers in there so you don't have, when you're riding, you don't get the rattle from the riding. All right, let's unbox this big bad baby here. Oh, and I failed to mention, I have become an official distributor of eHorror bikes. I'm only going to have in stock the Juliet bikes. I am not a big fan of the Romeo. I know a lot of you guys love the Romeo. I just think that bike is that bike is really big, really powerful. The seat's not adjustable. So it's not the type of bike that I personally like, and because I personally don't like that kind of riding style, I'm not going to be selling those. I'm not going to have them in stock. But if you're interested in that bike, let me know, because I will be definitely giving you a better deal than you would from any real retailer, because I will be selling to you at almost wholesale cost, because I'm not really looking to make money off these bikes. I want people to be on these bikes. I want people to enjoy these bikes. And I make my living other ways. It's not selling e-bikes. So be on the lookout for that. Again, we're gonna have the Juliet Pro and this bike. I'm going to always keep at least 2 in stock. So if you're in the South Florida area, or if you want to drive to the South Florida area, hit me up, because you're going to get these bikes probably at about 25% less than you would if you buy retail. So that's a big plus. In fact, what I'm going to do, now that I just thought of this, if you are a subscriber and you show me you are a subscriber to the channel, you definitely will get 25% off the retail price. If not, you will get 15%. And only people that watch this video will know that. Especially this one. Oh, shit. I thought I had the strength to tear that out. I don't. And I don't have a box cutter because the one that I have, unfortunately yesterday I was using it and I broke all the blades. So I ordered some, but they're not here yet. All right, finally, there is the box. There's your first look at the bike. Let me put this here. And yes, people, I got the white. I'm super excited because I personally love the white and black. And that's what we have here. It's the white and black. Here's the charger. We need to get this battery out so we can put it in the charger. It's the same charger as the Juliet Pro. Let's look at the specs here. 67.2 volt, 7 amp charger. You know what I noticed on, they have the same, like I said before, this bike is almost identical to the Juliet Pro, except for that front motor. Because the frame looks like it's the same. You have the same forks. Shoot, and this one came up. Looks like it's a little scratched up. We will check on that in a second. It's the handlebars. Let's take out the keys for the battery. Actually, right now we're gonna leave it because I'm gonna take out the whole battery out. What do you guys think about the color? As I mentioned, I like the white and black. The white-black combo. Now this one has some additional colors because you have the Ihoro colors here, the orange and that gray color, or whatever color that is. But and then you have the same colors on the suspension and the seat lock that you have on the black version. But I like that black and white. In fact, my Wired Scout and my Furious EMX bike are also black and white. Here's the seat that comes with the Juliet. It's a decent seat. Some people love it. I changed them out. It's too wide for me. I prefer a more narrow seat. And the seat post on this one is a little short. So if you're a taller person, the seat post is a little short, but it's a great seat. It's got the shocks in the back to add to the comfort. The seat itself is memory foam, but I think for me, it's too wide. I like my seat to be a little more narrow. So I will be changing this seat out to the Rockport seat that I have on my Juliet. And I have that same seat. I put it on the Furious as well. I took the seat that came with the Furious because the same thing. It's a little too wide for me. Let me see if I can pull this out a little bit. I don't really want to pull it out until I have to. It's so much easier when it's in here, in the box. Now I'm just unclipping everything. And just like with the Juliet, there's really not a whole lot you need to do to assemble this bike because it pretty much comes assembled. We just have to put the front tire, the pedals. I do have to pull it out a second. The handlebars. Bada bing, my beautiful people. All right, so let's start. See if I need anything else to take it out. No. So we're gonna start to assemble this bad baby. Let me get my tools. Now, one of the things I'm going to do with this bike and as well as the Juliet Pro is I'm going to get a riser for the stem, because for me it's too low. So I will definitely need a riser put on. Okay. I didn't put it too tight because I know I'm probably gonna have to adjust that in a bit. All right, that's done. Now what I want to do is take out the battery and go put it to charge. Now it's the same 60-volt battery, and it comes out the same as the other. It's a big freaking battery, people. Super heavy. Let's read the battery. 60 volt, 70 amp battery. Humongous. I freaking love it. Okay, let's go take this bad baby to the shop. Let's charge it. Let me show you this real quick. Let me grab. I'm going to show you something. All right, guys, when you're going to charge this battery, this is something that you have to know. It has an on-off switch back here. You got to make sure that it is on, so that it charges. The battery will not charge unless that's on, and the bike won't turn on unless that button is pushed in. So that's just something to keep in mind, okay? Now let me give you a close-up of this front wheel. Look at this wheel. Look at this thread. The tread on this bike, it is just beautiful. Again, close-up of that reflector and of that big Ehor brand motor. Let's see if there's anything rented on it. Okay, yes, there is. Let's see if we can see it. Actually, no, it's just like 0 numbers. And then that brake rotor to the front. Nice big brake rotor. The 203. Okay. Now when you're installing the handlebar onto the stem, all you have to do is you're going to take this off because this is going to be already in. You'll take that off. You'll slide the handlebars in, and then you tighten the screws. Now, don't put them super tight yet until you're finished, because you're going to make some adjustments, but that's what's next. Now from here, you can also see that it comes with a USB port, right? Which I like to charge your cell phone. Okay, let's put this tire on. Putting the tire on is always a little bit of a pain in the butt, but because we took the battery off, makes it a little lighter, a little easier to do. So let me get down here. See if we have to loosen this. We do. So I am going to need, let's see. All right, so you're gonna take this off. This comes as protection. You're not gonna be using that. Take that off. But what a lot of people forget to do is take this piece off, right? And I recommend you keep this piece because when it comes time to do your brake maintenance and bleeding the brakes, etc., you can use this. Now, that's if you're gonna do it yourself, but this will help when you're going to do some brake maintenance. So just keep that piece. All right, guys, so this tire is gonna go this way. And a couple of things to keep in mind is how the setup is. And what I mean by setup is the positioning of the washer. This is going to be up and it's gonna get tight. Wow, it's already rusted. That's not a good sign. All right, and then same thing on this side. Wow, that piece is rusted. That's not good. The washer, the locking device. Wow. And then this one also has this piece here that also serves as a locking device. And you'll see what I mean when we put the tire in. All right, guys. So this little bolt right here, we need to remove this bolt because that is going to be part of this. This is going to go here. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. It's got to match. No, this is the right one. So that's going to go there, but it'll get secured by that bolt. Okay. There's really only one way to put this on there. It's only one way that fits. So they really kind of make it dummy proof. I'll screw this up. Then you got the washer, then you have the bolt. I'm not going to tighten that bolt yet until I put the other side on. Now this side comes with an extra piece. All right, let me show you. On this side, you're gonna put, let me take this out so you can see. You're gonna put this washer. It's a locking washer. You're gonna put that one first. That's gonna go there. Then we're gonna lock it in with this one and then the bolt, okay? And let me repeat that in case you missed it. You put that, and again, there's only one way to put this. Goes there, then we're gonna lock it in, and then we put the washer. Inside, right? I'm pretty sure that goes on the inside. Let me double check that. I gotta double check that because I think that's not correct. Let me look. All right, that wasn't correct. So I gotta take this off. This side was right on, but correct. You know what? I'm a little disappointed with this. This locking device, because number one, on my Juliet Pro, it came in black. This is not black, and these are rusted. Not good. All right. What sucks is I gotta take this out again. Yep. All right, let me show you that because so you can see. All right, that locking washer goes on the inside. Now this one doesn't have it because this one has the cable for the front motor. So now we can go back to this side. Let's put this bad baby back on. lock that thing in. The washer and the bolt. You know what I didn't do? What I'm going to do is I forgot to do. So you always want to put lube or some kind of lubricant on these. So I use, let me show you what I use. I use this grease. It's a white lithium grease, and it works really well. And it's more like to protect it, right? Because as you can see, I mean, those washers, I don't know where they had this bike, but they came rusted, which for me is not good. Okay, now we can do this side. Oops. Same thing on this side. You want to, I think it came with a little washer. I just dropped it. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if you saw or noticing that I am adding lubricant or this grease to all the bolts that I'm putting in, and all the screws, everything. Again, it helps in the long run so things don't rust, but in addition to that, it'll help you later on when you're doing your maintenance. So it's not super tight yet. I just want to see. See that? That means we may have to, once I tighten it up, we may have to adjust this brake here. So now we want to connect the motor. Let me get my glasses. Because you don't want to get this part wrong. Because you don't want to break any of the pins. All right, so now you want to connect that motor, and you look at you see where the pins are? There's that, and then you come here, and you want to match it. So this one doesn't have an arrow, like some of them will have arrows, so you don't screw it up. But if you look, three holes, there, there. So it goes just like this. Let's see this again. This is the part you don't want to screw up, people. So you want to take your time with this part. Oh, actually, let me show you. I said they didn't have arrows, but they do. Okay. All right, that's done. Now, I'm not a fan on how this is right here. I'm not liking that. So, it actually looks like there's supposed to be one of these right there. That's a okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. You see that right there? And you see that? There's supposed to be something to hold it, just like that bracket down there. So now I need to go check to see if we have any more of these brackets in the box. If not, we're gonna have to zip tie that, because you don't want this to be like that. So let me look, and then this, you can tell it's loose. Oh, it's back here. I'm looking for the front fender, and they actually put it in the back. Okay, that's different. Now we're definitely going to have to figure something out here, because I don't see, maybe it's there. I'll look. Right now, I don't see where to connect that. Let me get my pedals though. All right, just like with all my bikes, I'm gonna be adding the red shifts arc light smart LED pedals. Now these here are a little higher end than the ones that I put on most of the other bikes. So my EMX Pro, I'm sorry, my EMX limited edition Furious bike has these pedals. This one's gonna have these pedals, and then my Wired Scott will have these. The rest are gonna have the Redshift pedals, but not this high end with these metal spikes. Because these are more expensive. These are about $50 more than the other ones. So, hence, I may put all of them, I may put these pedals on all of them, but right now I'm just putting these pedals on my higher end. And then these are the mirrors, the Rock Bros mirrors that are gonna go on this bike, which it's a little step up from the mirrors that I have on the other bikes. But we'll see how they hold up. These are definitely heavy duty pedals. Okay, the left. Now these pedals, they don't have, like, to tighten them up, they don't have your traditional, you have to get the Allen wrench on this side. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right now I'm doing as much as I can by hand. So, I think it's this one. Let's move it. How the heck did I tighten this up last time? Because it was supposed to be right there, but it's not. Then, take this out. Ah, damn it. Did I just strip this? I think I did. Shit. Because it is tight, and I think I just stripped this one. Yep, I stripped it, but thankfully. All right, now let's put air in, oh, let's not put air in the tire, because now we have to put flat out. Let me grab the flat out. And we're gonna add some flat out to the tires. This product is very good, and it helps you. It doesn't prevent flats. As you saw in my mini goat, I got a flat because I had looked like a staple, but it was a metal piece about this big that got impaled. It prevented the tire from going completely flat, and I didn't realize it until the next day or maybe 2 days. I don't remember when. Don't know when it actually got embedded, but I noticed that my back rear tire was losing air, and then we found that. But it does help you from getting a complete flat while you're out on the road. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do is adjust the brakes here. So let's do that before we add flat out. And you see that? It really shouldn't be that tight. Oh wait, this thing, before I do that, before I adjust that, I gotta check this out. This looks like it's super tight here. And it's on, yeah, this is the front brake. So I'm not gonna mess with it because it looks like there. Perfect, yeah, it is this. There's something tight. Okay, so this is actually tying the brakes. So the brakes are good. I don't have to do that. So let's go in and add the flat out. And you see the tire? I'm glad I looked at it. The stem is not even on there right. So let's fix that. And here's what I mean. Let me show you that. All right, guys, check this out. So I'm gonna add flat out, but, and it's a good thing, this is why you always wanna check. You see the inner tube stem? It's not seated properly. So we're gonna have to fix that as well anyway. So now that we got the bike upside down, it makes it easier for us to add the flat out, fix the inner tube so it's straight in and out, and you won't have any issues later. Okay. All right, guys, so this is the tool that I use to put the flat out. So this is a valve remover. You can get this on Amazon, but it's a simple valve remover, and it'll help you get the valve out. Let's put that valve there, put that there. We're going to have to adjust this there, so that, perfect. Now, take this out. We're gonna put half a bottle, the front, and then the other half in the back. Really isn't the best. Let me use this to get it going, because this screws on and I can hold this. You want to make sure that the whole tire is seated and it doesn't come out. I can probably use this to fill up the whole tire, but I just got this and it's got foreign numbers on it. So until I get the actual numbers, I'm gonna use the manual pump so I can know exactly how much air I'm putting in. All right. I like that. Okay, that takes care of the front. Now let's work on the back. Same process. And the back also has the same issues with the stem. Now the back is usually a little harder to deal with because of the big freaking motor. Okay, dokie. Now let's get this sucker working here. Did I tell you that my body's sore? Getting old, people. 56 is catching up. I'm getting sore. Okay. There it is, my beautiful people. The Ehora Juliet Pro 2, fully assembled and with all my add-ons. Now, I'm going to be doing a full spec review and a review of the bike and showing you how it performs out in the real world. So check that video out right here.